Come on, people, backrooms here. So we have two kind of like rival non-renewable companies. We have Dresden and versus Railstar. Dresden is mines coal, and Railstar like natural gas and whatnot. Each of them have a hand in renewables. Renewables is gaining market share, like renewable energy reliance is increasing, and which would decrease reliance on non-renewables. So to stay competitive and to keep maintain profits, both Dresden and Railstar would want to somehow get their hands in renewable energy. Dresden is involved with, say, like wind and water. Railstar is involved with solar, okay, which of course does not use generator turbines. How are the components constructed? And better yet, how are these components transported? What are those forms of transportation? What do they use as fuel? Fossil fuels. It says on the Perfect Blue site that Railstar's railway infrastructure use coal. If reliance in manufacturing and construction and transportation of renewables increase, well, then they're going to need more non-renewable fuel. So their profits would increase accordingly. Now, let's bring in some of the other players here. Say like Ophion. They don't create anything per se. They're researchers. They apparently are claiming that they have found, discovered some kind of like huge advancement in uh, like generator turbine technology. And so, if the market, or like investors trust in that and believe in that, then they're going to invest more in generator turbine technology and in the renewable energy sources that use generator turbines. If the production and reliance on generator turbines increases, then essentially profits increase. Okay, and at the same time, if there is then greater reliance on generator turbines, which solar does not use, then that would mean that Railstar's profits would go down because there's less reliance on solar. So it would benefit Dresden in multiple ways for increased investment in generators. Dresden owns Ophion. Railstar owns Perfect Blue, okay, which is an artisanal mining company, essentially. The more Perfect Blue, the more cobalt they can mine, then of course, like more profits for Railstar. If Perfect Blue comes across as a, a wonderful company that has the interests of the environment and it's the community and the people and so on, if they have their interest at heart, it, then that could increase investment in Perfect Blue. Greater investment means more cobalt. More cobalt means more Railstar. But you have to question the credibility of each of these like companies. Are Ophion's claims valid? Is Perfect Blue actually, like, do they actually have the interests of the environment? Have they taken that to heart? Is Perfect Blue credible? And if you find that either of those to be true, then that'd probably be worthy of investment. But if not, well, then perhaps not. So that's when you should look into this a little bit further.